Do you believe that with nothing more than a tiny spice, smaller than your pinky nail, already sitting in your kitchen, your body can start warming up, your circulation can open, and your confidence can return, all in just 60 seconds? It sounds like an exaggeration, but I've seen it happen with dozens of my patients, men who once believed their best days were behind them. My name is Dr. Benjamin Hartwell. For over 30 years, I've listened to hundreds of men over 60 share nearly identical stories. "Doctor, I don't need the muscles I had in my 20s. I just want to feel like myself again." That line always makes me pause because I know it's not just about physical health. It's about pride, identity, and the bond they share with their partner. The challenge is that after 60, our blood vessels and hormones have endured decades of stress, processed food, sedentary living, and natural aging. According to the American Urological Association, more than 50% of men over 60 experience reduced circulation to sensitive areas, leading to weak or unstable performance. But what most people don't realize is that much of this can actually be reversed without pharmaceuticals or quick fixes. I'm about to share with you an ancient spice once used by our ancestors before intimacy, one that modern science now proves has effects far beyond what we imagined. You've walked past it hundreds of times, but you probably never knew that chewing it for just 1 minute can expand blood vessels, reduce the stress hormones silently draining your testosterone, help you sleep more deeply, and naturally restore your energy. And the best part, it's not some high-tech breakthrough or expensive miracle pill. It's a simple action you can take at home that can bring noticeable changes after just a few tries. Before we dive in, if you truly want to reclaim your vitality and improve circulation, be sure to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any tips designed specifically for men over 60. And if this video resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I read every response, and your feedback helps me create content that fits your needs even better. Now, to understand why this works so well, you need to know the secret inside each tiny piece of it. And that's where we begin. That secret is a natural compound called eugenol, concentrated in every clove bud. If you lightly bite into a dried clove, that warm, sharp aroma you taste immediately is eugenol at work. But the real magic isn't in the flavor. It's in how quickly this compound passes through the lining of your mouth and enters your bloodstream in just seconds. Picture your smallest blood vessels, thin as a strand of hair, especially those feeding your most vital areas. With age, they stiffen and narrow. Eugenol acts like a skilled pipe repairman, gently relaxing and softening vessel walls, letting blood flow freely again. Within minutes, many of my patients report a warmth spreading through their body, a sensation they hadn't felt in years. A 2020 study in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology showed that eugenol can boost peripheral blood flow by up to 13% and stimulate nitric oxide production, the same pathway that popular performance drugs try to mimic. The difference? Here, your body does it naturally. No dependency, no sudden headaches, no risky blood pressure drops. I remember one patient, Richard, age 68. After 2 weeks of using this method consistently, he smiled and said, "Benjamin, I don't just feel different. I feel like I'm back." That wasn't a miracle. That was physiology reawakened. But eugenol is only half the story, because even with clear blood flow, there's still one silent enemy that can shut you down instantly, and chances are it's been haunting you for decades. That enemy is chronic stress, the quiet destroyer of a man's strength from the inside out. I've met patients who ate well, exercised regularly, yet their eyes and voices carried a fatigue they couldn't hide. When I asked, "How stressed have you been lately?" the room would often fall silent, a long sigh. Then stories of financial pressure, sick loved ones, or that lingering fear of aging and declining health. Biologically, when stress lingers, your body pumps out cortisol nonstop. This hormone is meant to help you in emergencies, but when levels stay high day after day, it becomes destructive. Cortisol and testosterone are rivals. When one rises, the other falls. And when testosterone drops, desire, confidence, and physical response all collapse with it. Research, including a 2019 Harvard Health Publishing report, shows that men over 60 living under chronic stress lose testosterone up to 40% faster than men with lower stress levels. And this is where cloves become even more powerful. Beyond eugenol, they contain beta-caryophyllene, a compound that directly interacts with neural receptors responsible for signaling safety and relaxation. Just minutes after chewing, many of my patients describe a release in their chest, slower breathing, and a calmer mind. Not only does this feel good in the moment, but it also clears the way for testosterone to naturally recover day by day. But the benefits don't stop there. When stress drops and hormones rebalance, your body enters a golden window for deep, restorative sleep, something most men over 60 are missing. And this is the piece many never expect. I often tell my patients, if you want your hormones to work like they did in your youth, start with your sleep. It's no coincidence that the majority of testosterone is produced at night during your deepest sleep cycles, REM and N3. That's when your body repairs, regenerates, and recharges the energy you've spent during the day. The problem is, very few men over 60 still maintain that kind of sleep. Many sleep less than 6 hours, or even if they sleep 8, they wake up repeatedly, disrupting their hormone cycles. A report from the National Sleep Foundation showed that losing just 1 hour of deep sleep each night for a week can lower average testosterone levels in men by up to 15%. Here's where cloves bring a double advantage. Eugenol relaxes blood vessels, gently lowering blood pressure and easing the body physically, while beta-caryophyllene calms the nervous system, making it easier for the brain to slip into deep rest. When patients make a habit of chewing 2 to 3 cloves about an hour before bed, many return to me saying, "Doctor, last night I slept straight through, and this morning I felt like I did 20 years ago." One patient, George, age 72, had been struggling with restless sleep for years. After 3 weeks of consistently chewing cloves at night, he told me he was not only sleeping deeper, but also dreaming again, a sign his REM cycles were being restored. Interestingly, his mornings changed too. He woke up sharper, more energetic, and sometimes with a kind of morning awakening he thought he'd lost forever. Deep sleep doesn't just restore testosterone, it sets off a domino effect across your entire health, memory, endurance, mood, and even your ability to connect with your partner. But even with better sleep and improved circulation, there's still one unexpected factor that can quietly sabotage all your progress, and it starts right inside your mouth. Most men don't realize that their gums are directly linked to their manhood, but I've seen too many cases to ignore this connection. A man walks into my clinic, blood pressure normal, blood work nearly perfect, yet he complains that he hasn't responded the way he used to in years. When I ask about his oral health, he sighs, "My gums bleed sometimes, and my breath, well, it's not the best." What many don't know is that gum disease and periodontitis don't just stay in the mouth. Bacteria from inflamed gums can seep into the bloodstream, triggering low-grade inflammation throughout the body. And the tiny blood vessels responsible for erections are extremely sensitive to this inflammation. A study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men with severe gum disease had up to a 70% higher risk of erectile dysfunction compared to those with healthy gums. That's one reason I consider cloves a true gatekeeper of men's health. Clove oil contains eugenol and other strong antibacterial compounds that fight gum inflammation right at the source. When you chew slowly, these oils coat the gums, tongue, and palate, cleansing the mouth before harmful bacteria can reach the blood. I've seen patients who, after just a few weeks, not only improved their performance, but also noticed less gum bleeding and fresher breath. When you combine all 3 factors, better circulation, reduced stress, and improved gum health, you rebuild the very foundation of male vitality from the ground up. But to turn these benefits into real, lasting results, you need to understand exactly how to apply this 60-second method correctly and consistently so your body can fully respond. Many patients ask me, "Doctor, if it's just about chewing cloves, how do I get the maximum effect?" My answer, the method is simple, but you need to do it right to unlock its full potential. First, always choose whole clove buds, not powder, since ground cloves have lost much of their precious oil. If possible, go for organic, but most important is that they're dry, fragrant, and mold-free. Take 2 to 3 buds and place them between your back molars, where your bite is strongest. Bite gently until you hear a slight crack and the oil begins to spread. Don't rush to chew them down. Hold the fragments in your mouth so the oils mix with saliva and coat your gums, tongue, and palate. For the first 30 seconds, simply hold and breathe through your nose, keeping your body relaxed. You may feel a spicy warmth spreading. That's eugenol passing through the mouth, lining into your blood. Then gently chew for another 30 seconds to release the oil fully. You can swallow the remnants or spit them out. Either way works. Timing matters too. 1 hour before bed relaxes your nervous system, promotes deep sleep, boosts nighttime testosterone. Early morning on an empty stomach jumpstarts circulation and sharpens focus for the day. 30 to 45 minutes before exercise or intimacy maximizes blood flow and physical presence. Remember, this isn't a one-time trick. Your body needs time to adapt and recover, but within just a few days, many notice encouraging signs. And if you stay consistent, you'll experience a series of changes at key milestones, 7 days, 14 days, and 30 days, that I'll walk you through next. In over 3 decades of practice, I've observed a remarkably consistent pattern among patients who stick with this method, days 1 through 7. The first signals are often subtle. Some describe a gentle warmth spreading through the body just minutes after chewing. Others notice clearer thinking in the mornings or fewer nighttime awakenings. George, 72, once told me, "Doctor, I slept straight through for the first time in years." This is a sign your circulation and nervous system are beginning to respond. Days 8 to 14. By this stage, many report noticeably higher morning energy. Some experience the return of morning firmness, sometimes so unexpectedly that it brings a smile to their face. This isn't magic. It's simply that blood vessels are opening up and testosterone production is picking up again. From my observations, about 60 to 70% of patients who persist this far see improvements in desire and stamina in daily life. This is when the changes become clearer and more lasting. Erections don't just show up more often, they're steadier and more reliable. Many patients tell me their wives or partners notice something different in their eyes and their walk, a confidence and initiative that had been missing. I often stress that this is a critical stage not to give up because the body is now setting a new default mode. And once you've reached this point, the question is no longer, can I get my strength back, but rather, how do I keep it for the long run? When you can already feel the difference, steady circulation, balanced hormones, deep sleep, and renewed drive, the next step is to keep that fire burning as long as possible. This is when you turn the 60-second method into a daily ritual, like brushing your teeth every morning. I usually advise patients to keep it up at least 5 to 6 days a week, alongside other supporting habits. Stay lightly active, brisk walking for 15 minutes, or light strength training 2 to 3 times per week to keep blood vessels flexible. Eat clean, less processed food, more leafy greens, berries, and healthy fats to reduce overall inflammation. Manage stress daily, 5 minutes of meditation, deep breathing, or simply doing something you enjoy every day. One of my long-term patients, Thomas, age 70, has kept this habit for over 2 years. He told me, "What I love most isn't just feeling stronger. It's the confidence of knowing I'm in control of my own health." You don't need to be perfect from the start. What matters is that you begin, and with each passing day, you're sending a message to your body. I'm still here, and I'm going to take care of myself. If you've read this far, it means your body is ready for a new chapter. Don't let another month slip by in regret. Start tonight. Grab a few clove buds, give yourself 60 seconds, and feel the difference. Day by day, you'll notice your strength returning and staying. If this message speaks to you, drop a 1 in the comments so I know you're still here and ready to walk this journey with me. If you have a friend or brother who needs to hear this, don't hesitate to share this video with them. You never know, one conversation could change an entire part of their life. And don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss more honest, practical, and age-specific health guidance from Doctor's Note. You're not invisible. You're not finished. There's still so much waiting for you if you're ready to step forward and claim it.